Hey, it's Eddie from Urge Overkill. You're watching Rockpills.
The cocksucking blues. You got the cocksucking blues. Yeah, you got the cocksucking blues. You got the cocksucking blues. Hey.
The soundtrack was one of the earlier soundtracks that went. After that, soundtracks became a big deal, but it was kind of because of Pulp Fiction. In that time, that song was done for us. Very lucky. This is something we didn't do anything to try. We just got a phone call. The movie was made. They wanted the song, so we did get to screen the movie, and we had no idea it would be such a big film. It's an amazing thing because it especially helped us all over the world because the movie was big everywhere. So
huge. That
got us over here and got us some gave us a little more time as a band before we, you know. We felt glad to have our own thing, and it wasn't so much in response to grunge. It's all happening at the same time. Yeah, maybe a little more 70s influenced than punk rock grunge is. Slower, heavier. We kind of we're more like that as well. From our influences from R&B and soul, I think our idea was to put on a show, which was kind of because it was so in Chicago. It was, you know, everything was punk, you know, DIY, honesty, and you know, well, much of the guys who played in grunge from Seattle or Minneapolis or wherever. Grunge, we didn't call it that in Chicago, but somebody came up for a name mostly with the Seattle bands. That we had into. We very early played in the same basement with Big Black and had a rehearsal place with Naked Raygun, the Effigies. So this was the Chicago, the short hair punk rock guys, and then we've got the tuxedos and all that. So yeah, it caused quite a stir. Seattle, it's like you know, it's almost like a logging town, or where Nirvana is from. Grunge, the word was invented after the music had been around for a while. Absolutely. I think it reflects the time when we were together. We're still going up. There was a lot of joking and laughter, and everything was still to come. Everything was still in the future. And I think after the mood changed after saturation. The record company were very surprised, and I think expected more. They expected it to be a multi-million selling. So they were telling us, you guys, better look out. So they really did push the record, and I think it was because of these expectations that they had that that affected us. They were expecting more from it than we were. It wasn't made to be a big commercial record. I mean, it was made to sound exactly how we wanted. We didn't know what was going to happen. However, the atmosphere of the next record, which was the last record for a while, was a lot darker, and Exit the Dragon doesn't sound as polished and as happy.
I don't know why. I'm curious.
What we wanted to, but it's much darker and much different, and the label was also a little bit, they didn't like that one as much, so that's the truth. Possibly, yes, generally, we had a good relationship. Many bands find that it's not the best place to have a recording. If you sign to a label like that, a lot of people have recordings that never come out. Now I think it's back to easier to put out your own, record your own, put it on the internet.
I'm talking about.
When we were touring back then, there was no cell phones, maybe a few cell phones, but MTV was very important, and we enjoyed the making videos part of it, which we did on Touch and Go. We made a few that were a lot of fun. I'm glad that it happened for us after 3 or 4 records. Then we knew what to do. I wouldn't like to be on a big label as your first record. That would have been hard, and there are still some people say that you shouldn't do that at all because hey, it's not artistic or whatever. Most of the music that we appreciated had some kind of financial backing. We weren't so into the do everything ourselves. It ended up being a good decision for us, and I can't complain. I can't say about anybody else going from a small label up to a big, huge company. But we liked the people who worked there were fans of the band, and they let us do what we want to. That what didn't really come from us so much. It's being associated with Steve and Steve is like, you guys shouldn't do this. And, you're gonna be sorry you went to a major label. We did respond. Eventually, we were at each other's throats. So with the demise of the band was more, it didn't have anything to do with the industry. It really was our own doing. We became our worst enemies in fighting and just general misbehavior. But I'm glad to look back, and I can't believe what we did. I wouldn't say that. I think now maybe producers have a little less power. I don't know about dance music. Maybe they have all the power in top 40 music. Albini, in terms of producing, he hated that word. He didn't think that there should be a producer. It's a facilitator trying to do as little as possible to get the band to sound like they actually sound. He started at the same time recording as we were one of his first bands, so that was experimental, and for him and for us at the beginning. They were not from Exit the Dragon. It sounds like, if you put it on, it sounds like Less Time. We didn't think about it like, oh, you know, we're back, we're gonna take over. These were, it was a record that took a long time, and we had songs from the last, there were some new and some older ones on it, but it took a while. Because there were some tapes that were at that time that we had around that we added to over maybe a couple years. So hard to explain. Yeah, we've got another one that I think is finished, and now we're doing artwork and mastering. But so similar distribution as Rock and Roll Summary. So we don't have a title yet.
Thank you.